Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Martin Mazza again with the Mazza team, and another chat to kind of one of our series, chatting with our team members. And today I have Ivan Kamladze, and Ivan is one of our younger realtors, and came to us about 2 years ago. New to the business back then, so we'll talk a little bit about that. But my first question to you is, you are a new dad. Your second son, Mateo, was born in October, sorry,
October
October.
18th. Yeah.
And so you're raising a newborn through COVID-19. I bet you'll remember this year. And then your son Aiden is how old now? Your older son?
He's 4 on May 3rd. So in about 2 weeks, he's going to be 4.
4 years old. Holy crap! So what's it like bringing two kids into this world, and one in the middle of this, and trying to be a dad and trying to figure out work and husband and provider and
Yeah, it's fun, man. Like these kids, they don't know what's going on, right? Like Aiden kind of knows. We told him that he can't go on the swings and stuff because of the germs and people are getting sick. So he knows that, but he doesn't actually understand what's going on. He just knows that he doesn't get to he gets to stay home with mom and dad the whole time and play every day. But Diana's been doing a great job trying to keep him busy and arts and crafts and words and letters, and he's doing a little bit of math now.
so Diana was off on mat leave anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she
She's
called.
going back in November. So she's a nurse. So it's kind of, I don't want to say a blessing, but it's a situation that she gets to avoid.
Yeah,
But for
crazy.
yeah, yeah. So she's kind of itching to get back. She really loves to help, and she really really loves her job. But at the same time, that she's got quite a commitment at home, so she's happy to do that as well.
Yeah. She's probably in touch with a bunch of her coworkers, every day,
Oh,
and
oh yeah, oh yeah. She's so when she left, before she went on mat leave, she took a temporary job at a management role.
right.
So she got to know a whole bunch of people, but so she's really good at her job. So a lot of people were reaching out to her when she was off of work, with advice and stuff. But now it's still the same thing. So people are still asking her questions. So she's still kind of working, but unofficially working. And I think that's really helping her because she can't go shopping now. She can't go to the park with the kids. So I think to her, it's a little bit harder than it is for me. I think because she has less adult interaction, I guess, if than I do, because I'm
Yeah.
still kind of working off and on.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
How
can
are you doing, Martin Mazza? Tell me what it's
How
like to
are
have
you?
three
Well,
adults now.
what am I doing? I'm sitting in an empty office again. I was sitting in the same place that I sat when I chatted with our teammate Nancy Munger the other day,
Yeah.
and and just trying to deal with stuff. Lots of incoming calls, lots of stuff going out. We were closing deals this week, and well, as you and I found out today, we had a deal that was intended to close that didn't, and obviously we're going to make best efforts to try and bring that back to life somehow. But
Yeah.
no, but we're good. Can I call you a millennial, or is that and not to label you, but
I'm a young soul, but I'm old physically. My back hurts and
oh, below,
headaches in the morning.
yeah,
When I wake
right
up in
on.
the morning, I go to put on my socks and I pull a hamstring.
Yeah. I'd like to get back to the age of 30 and redo a few things, but
Yeah.
no. So listen, again, one of the younger team members. So how are you? How are you coping? Like I made a comment earlier. You haven't seen a recession in our business. You haven't seen a time in our business where prices got corrected or changed. I know you saw 2017 where we
Yeah.
2016
Yeah.
2017 where we saw a crazy bump in the market, but you haven't seen any downturn,
Yeah.
any real challenges like we've seen over the last 30 days. So where's your head at?
Yeah, so it's a funny story too because, like you said, so I got licensed in 2016. I can't remember what month, but in 2016, and that's when it was kind of starting to go up. So I'm by myself at this point. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, and then to end of 2016 heads 2017, and I have no idea what's going on. Like I'm new to this, and like you can't evaluate a house because you can just throw a price at a wall and it'll stick. Like people were overpaying for like everything. I can't figure out what's going on. And then while I'm trying to sort and learn and understand what's happening, it's like somebody just hit a light switch, whoop, and everything just went down. And I'm like, I was just getting used to this. What happened? And then it's totally different. But
That was,
I mean, it's sorry, go ahead.
that was May 2017, and I remember it well. Someone did turn off the tap.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. So, like, I mean, being in real estate right now is kind of, there's a blessing and it's not at the same time. And I mean in terms of pay, right? Because the pays that I'm getting now are stuff that I wrote 3-4 months ago. So, it like we're not going hungry right now like other people are. You know, they lost their job, they may not have a paycheck. So I totally get where other people are, because I've got a lot of friends that aren't an essential service, or even if they are an essential service, their hours have been cut. So I'm really thankful that even though our business is kind of going through ups and downs, like us, we're still able to dictate our business. We're still able to kind of say, you know, if I don't feel comfortable working right now, even though we are an essential service, even though if I don't feel comfortable, if I feel like the best thing for me to do is just not work at all, then I'm able to do that. So that's a real blessing, and to me, that's a little bit more important than the money aspect.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I mean, if anybody knows our business and our pay cycles, if you want to call them, you know, and what you just said, you're getting paid today for business you wrote 60 days, 90,
Yeah,
120
yeah,
days ago. So what's happening though, and here's the interesting cycle of the business for us. If we're not writing deals right now,
right.
last month and the month of March and the month of April, you know, we're going to have some skinny days in front of us in
Yeah,
months of, you know,
yeah,
July and August and September, potentially.
but I'm seeing it like this. I'm seeing it like, so if I know that I'm not writing as many deals now as I was, call it, a month ago. You know, if I was doing 4 a month 2 months ago, and now I'm doing 2, then I can tighten my budget now in anticipation that in 3 months I won't have the same pay, right? Rather than it being just turned off and like all of a sudden, hey Ivan, you're laid off, and then all of a sudden I've got no money. I can kind of forecast it. So that's kind of going off on the side, but to that, it's like, even though the market's going a bit of an up and down, to me, because I'm new, I'm still trying to learn it and evolve. And I'm always trying to keep kind of one step ahead of it, and make sure that my clients understand, and not be in a position where I'm struggling, where then it's reflecting on my service and things like that. Does that make sense? Like, I'm able to, even though I'm new, I'm trying to utilize the experience that I've got with the people around me, yours, Cindy's, Nancy's, everybody that's been doing this for 30 years. And you guys can kind of also guide me at the same time that, hey, maybe we should be doing this now. We shouldn't be doing this now, because we've lived through similar situations, not with COVID, but with market fluctuations.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a bunch. I've seen a bunch.
Yeah.
I hesitate sometimes to tell people I've been in the business for 30 years, more than 30 years, and I've seen a lot of interesting markets, but nothing
Yeah.
like this, nothing whatsoever like this, and nothing's caused an industry to pause so much as in all of my career as
But
this.
it's weird though, because like it has slowed down, but I don't know about you, but I can't say that it reflects on prices yet. Like, to me, prices haven't dropped.
No, so that's the big discussion that I'm having with clients. I know you are.
Yeah.
I know all of our other team members are, and you're correct. I mean, at this moment, we haven't seen fire sales. We haven't seen huge reductions in prices. I'm looking even at the stats week over week from our real estate board, and they've maintained themselves. The average price in Hamilton has maintained itself, but we are seeing less business, fewer deals being written. And here's an interesting one. So there was, and if you read it, there was a story at the inside of the Real Estate News, which goes into Stony Creek and Ancaster and Hamilton Mountain, just last week. And
Right.
I didn't like the headline. The headline
Yeah.
was something along the lines that we're going to slump for the balance of the year. And And I think a lot of people misinterpreted that. Yes, sales are going to be down,
Yeah.
but we don't see a huge slash in the prices of homes, anytime soon. So, and this pause and defer that they're saying in our business, where buyers have maybe sat on the fence, they may come back very strong in the next 60, 90, 120 days. If they're back to work, we've got COVID, behind us, and they're feeling some confidence again.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was actually just having this conversation with somebody yesterday that, the new stuff being built too, the new product being built is now delayed too, because now, with all the what can be built, what can't be built, they can't have they can't have electricians and plumbers in the house at the same time. They got to be separated. So even the stuff that's being built is a little bit delayed. And I almost wonder when this stuff is over, whether or not it's going to be prices down or everything is just going to go skyrocketing up, because it's like you're going to let out all the buyers and that have been sitting back. All of a sudden they're going out and they're like, it's Christmas for buying houses. Go out there and grab whatever you can. It's going to drive the prices up. So yeah, like who knows, right? It's one of those things where we don't have a crystal ball. We can only do an educated analysis of a day by day and kind of adapt, I guess, if that's the right word.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I do like about our group, and I'll give everybody a compliment on this. They're staying informed. They are staying safe. They're following protocol, like yourself. And I hope you don't mind me saying, if anybody, you're probably the one that's been homebound more than most of the team, and I respect that, and I think it's great. And again, as we just talked about, new dad, and last thing you want to do is bring anything home with a baby in the house. So
Yeah, and it's and I've said this a million times to other people as well. Like it's not, I'm not as much as concerned about myself as I am for my family. Like we've got a newborn, Aiden's 4, Diana's got her own challenges. If I don't know if that's the right word, but she doesn't want to or can't get sick. So it's not about me. Like I'm a pretty healthy guy. So even if I were on my own, perhaps I'd be working more on the street. That even if I did get sick, I can quarantine for 14 days by myself and kind of ride through it. I wouldn't be worried about myself. But to me, it's really important about that the people around me and also my clients. Like I don't want to be, sick and not showing any symptoms, but meanwhile I'm showing houses, spreading it around,
putting somebody else at risk.
yeah. So that's what it is to me. And yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like I really want to be out there. I'm pretty high energy. It's tough for me to sit in one spot. I've always got to move around. And they shut down all the boat ramps, so I can't even go fishing. So
and so let me say that. I was just going to say, you're a big fisherman. You're always out on Lake Ontario, and
yeah.
You're a licensed guy. You got a boat, and you're doing your thing. I've seen some of your catches, pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean that you can't even do that right now. Will that open up? If there's any fishermen listening,
Well, it's funny, right? Because they didn't shut down fishing. You can still fish, but all the parks, all the trails, all the beach fronts, everything is pretty much owned by the cities, and the cities have shut all that stuff down. So even though you can fish, you cannot get to the water to fish unless
boat launches are down.
Yeah, they're closed because they're either public and they've shut them down, or they're belong to a private company or a marina and they've shut those down.
Okay.
So I know I've got a friend of mine who lives over at Newport. His boat is in the water already. He pays for a slip there, so his boat's in the water. So I think that he's gonna be fishing, but by himself. It's tough.
Interesting.
It's tough. What are you doing to keep busy, other than work?
And still managing things, and still dealing with a lot of people, and again, trying to close off the deals and deal with some people. We've still got some listings on the books, which and we're still trying to walk our people through that, and on a priority basis, on a necessity basis, we're still trying to deal with that every week. So.
What are you doing? What are you doing with your doggy now? What are you doing with Ivy? They closed Winona Park. What are you doing with him?
No, we found out today, and I went online. You can actually walk through Winona Park, but you can't congregate. You can't use the swings, the slides.
Gotcha.
You can walk through the park without getting fined. You just can't be in a group. They don't want obviously teenagers hanging out or anything like that. But yes, we found that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm the official family dog walker. I love my morning walks with her through the park. And but yeah,
And hang on, speaking of teenagers, you're asking about my kids. What's it like to have three adults living back at the house?
you know, Marlene and Macy are doing their online exams right now for Queens, which is great. And Mitch, as of I guess it was April. What day did they have everything getting back to normal? Like April, I think 6th. They started doing some online work, and he's submitting assignments and things because as a grade 12, he's supposed to be graduating this year from high school. Um, they've got to get their midterm marks in so they can use that for the university applications. A little tricky, but we're getting through it. But yeah, three teenagers and 2 adults. The house does shrink up quite a bit very fast. So anyway,
Getting through it.
we'll manage. But any closing thoughts? Anything you want to share with us? You know, personally or work related?
No, man. I really hope that just everybody's staying safe. Like you gotta wash your hands, and I think I think that's the biggest one. Just wash your hands. Stop putting your hands on your face. And I probably did it a million times, but I've got like a sanitizer here and a sanitizer here, so I'm sanitizing my hands while I'm sitting at home. Yeah, but I have a tendency to do that, so I'm doing one of those. But every 2 minutes, I'm like, oh man. So, but yeah, I mean, I just want this to be over with. I want everybody to kind of go back to the normal way of life. If that's ever going to happen, I want to be able to hug people. I'm a hugger, you know that. Me and you, we have our moments.
All right. Here's something I'll finish off. You have one huge advantage over me and a lot of men out there in the marketplace is you're not in need of a barber anytime soon.
That's it. I save thousands of dollars a year on shampoo and haircuts.
Oh yeah. And now, so my hair's growing. I like to get my hair cut every 3 weeks. So it's been tough, and I don't know what it's going to be like in another 3 weeks. But
yeah, grab the clippers, get Nancy to do it, have some red wine, and go at it, man. They don't grow back.
I was thinking of getting Nancy to shooting a video of her taking my hair right down to the wood and doing a real short haircut. But
just wax it right off. Wax it.
Okay. All right, but listen, it's always a pleasure talking to you. I wish we were able to get together and see each other, but I'm glad we got this in place. And anyway, folks, Ivan, buyer agent, listing agent, great guy that's been working with us for a couple of years. If you're looking to reach out to either of us, try us at the Mazza team, 905-662-1407. Hope everybody's safe and healthy, and have a great day.